What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick.
My name's Nathan.
And this is Throttle Cars. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, in today's video we're taking delivery of a brand new 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so here's a cold startup on the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon.
Alright guys, so after those clips of us walking you around the vehicle, we wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory as to why we purchased this Jeep and why you guys are going to see more videos about this Jeep on the channel. So my family has always loved Jeeps, in particular my mom. My mom has wanted a Jeep for many years, and we have always just loved the look of them, and my mom always points them out on the road. Oh, that's a nice Jeep. So the reason that we bought it now instead of a while ago is because, well, they're expensive vehicles, and right now during this pandemic, there are great opportunities to buy new cars. So this vehicle has a 0% financing opportunity on it. So my family kind of jumped at that, and they decided to put a down payment on this car so we could have this car probably for the rest of our lives.
Alright guys, so taking a look under the hood here, we've got a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder. It is also turbocharged. It puts out about 270 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. If we take a look over here, you can see the turbocharger right in there. Alright guys, so we're going to go around and show you guys a couple little Easter eggs. Now Jeep loves to put little Easter eggs in their vehicles. So to start off, right here you can see on every wheel there is a little red Jeep logo, and then if we come around to the other side, I'll show you on the windshield here. If you look right in here, there's a little Jeep logo climbing up the windshield. It's a very neat little touch that Jeep puts on their vehicles. Another little neat feature here on the Jeep, if you take a look inside the tailgate, you've got this little plaque here which shows both the 2-door and the 4-door Wrangler. It shows you its overall length as well as the wheelbase for each one, as well as how deep of water you can drive in and how fast you can drive through it. It also shows you made in the USA, built in Toledo, Ohio, and developed in Auburn Hills, Michigan. That is where the Fiat Chrysler headquarters is.
Alright guys, so while we are at the back of the vehicle, we just wanted to show you another little piece of a Jeep that really kind of completes the vehicle. So one thing that they do add when you buy your Jeep is this little bag and these little screw holes. So I'll start with these little screw holes. These are so you can store your screws that hold on the roof and doors and the windshield. So the one over here that I'm pointing to right now, those are the door hinge screws. These are the roof screws, there's 8 of them here, and then these are the windshield screws. Now the ones we have right in here are not the windshield screws, but that's not that important. Those just show you the amount of screws that this can hold. And now moving on to this bag, we can show you that Jeep includes the ability to pull yourself out of a ditch or wherever you are likely to get stuck because it is an off-road vehicle. You have these gloves, a strap, and a hook that you can hook to various parts of the vehicle and then hook onto the strap. There's also a couple books in here that will be helpful in owning your vehicle. Alright guys, so before we do show you the interior of the vehicle, we just want to explain a couple things. One of which is that it is a luxurious vehicle while being a fun vehicle at the same time. So this vehicle has great off-road capabilities, and being the Rubicon has even more off-road capabilities than most other Wranglers. The main feature that makes this vehicle so off-road capable is its locking front and rear axles. So whenever you hear that a vehicle has four-wheel drive capabilities, that means that one front and one back wheel can power at the same time. However, with the Rubicon and with some other Wrangler models that do offer the locking axles, all four wheels can get power at the same time because the axle locks in front and back, so that way power is distributed all the way through the vehicle. Alright guys, so if you have enjoyed this video so far, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. Please do help us to reach 5,000 subscribers. We are on our way, and hopefully soon we will be selling you guys merch as well that you will be able to purchase and support the channel with.
Alright guys, so now that we've finished up on the outside, we're going to jump into the interior and show you a little bit of what we're talking about on why we say it is actually a fairly luxurious vehicle. So if I take the camera here, the first thing I want to show you, just because Nathan just recently mentioned it, is the switch right here. You can toggle both front and rear, or just rear only for the differential lock. It's a very neat looking red button and switch. As well, it goes along with the red trim and red stitching on the seats. So this being the Rubicon, it is a little bit more luxurious than the base or standard Wrangler. You can see we've got these nice leather seats, and we've got Rubicon right there in the back. And I really like this red stitching. This is actually one of my favorite specs I have seen. If we just take a quick look on the outside again, you'll see all these red little accents, such as in this logo, and this gray and red Jeep logo, as well as the Rubicon. That theme continues in the interior with a nice leather with red stitching steering wheel. Then you've got this red trim here and on the other side. Another nice feature is a lot of dashboards in standard normal car are the same material as this right here, like this plasticky, I'm not really sure all of what it's made of, but it doesn't look that nice. But here we've got a nice leather wrapped with some more red stitching on the dashboard. Taking a look into the center console area, you can see the infotainment screen. Then we come down here, you've got the heated seats, heated steering wheel. This car does have the auto stop start, which you can turn off. It's got traction control off, as well as the parking assist off. Coming down here, you've got something that's very interesting, is the window switches are all in the center right here. So you can see all four window switches here. That is a theme that's going to carry over into the back as well. We'll take a look in the back in a moment. But then we come down here, we've got these nice leather wrapped with some more red stitching on the handbrake. More red stitching all over here in the gear selector, as well as the four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive options here. Taking a look at the center console, again leather wrapped with red stitching. That is going to be a common theme here. And just taking a quick look over on the passenger side, you've got a nice little bar there for your passenger to hold on to if you are doing some off-roading. Before we leave up front, I also wanted to mention some of the buttons on the steering wheel. Of course, you have the telephone buttons, the Bluetooth buttons to call, end calls, and the voice control. That's been pretty standard for the past few years on cars. But then if you come over here, we have the cruise control buttons. But in this car, it is equipped with adaptive cruise control. So you can see these buttons right here and here allow you to increase or decrease your following distance. If you are going to be using the adaptive cruise control, then the Jeep will sense those vehicles and will begin to slow down or speed up depending on where the vehicles are in front of you. Another feature of the Jeep, and you'd be able to see the mirrors if we have the doors on, but it also has a blind spot monitoring, which has the little like caution signal in the side of the mirror, which will flash and beep at you if you attempt to change lanes and there's a vehicle in your blind spot. But now we'll move on to the back seats here. Again, we've got very nice looking leather seats, more red stitching. It does not say Rubicon on these. And again, as I said before, it's going to be the switches for the doors for the windows are actually here in the center console instead of on the doors, which is very interesting because there are very few cars like that. Then you come down here and you've got the power outlet as well as the USB port. Taking a look in the center console here area of the back seats, this will flip down just to give you a couple cup holders space. Another feature here in the back, you can see the speakers are up here in the roof. So that way when you take off the roof panels, if you want to go out and drive on a nice day without any of the doors or the roof panels on, you can also take off the windshield, but I personally probably would never do that just because, as you can see here, there's already some bug stuff on here. Otherwise you're going to be getting hit in the face with bugs as you're driving down the road.
Alright guys, so a couple things that we wanted to mention about this vehicle specifically are the door options and the spec of the vehicle. Starting off, this is a 4-door model of the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Every single Wrangler model there is has a 2-door option as the base model. Now this is the 4-door, a little bit more pricey, but it is also going to give you a full second row as well as cargo space. The other thing that we would like to mention would be the spec of the vehicle. This vehicle is black with red and gray accents, which looks really cool. So Nick mentioned earlier about the red around the trail rated sign and around the Jeep, around the Rubicon. That all looks really cool, as well as the red stitching on the black leather on the inside. That just really looks cool. So if you guys are considering purchasing this vehicle, I would really recommend the spec that this vehicle is.
Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to go down, drop a like, and subscribe. Share the channel. We're going to be doing plenty more videos with this Jeep coming here in the future, such as a first impressions video as well as a full-on review. We will also be doing a video on taking off the roof and the doors. But until next time, we will see you in the next video.
Bye guys.